Sometimes I feel I've got you. Run away, I've got you. Get away from the pain.
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen, on the Two Gargs Comedy Podcast, using copyrighted music we don't have the right to use because Michael, that's me, could not figure out where to find the theme song. Unfortunately, it's somewhere on my computer, but I got distracted by Tasty Beverage and by my two co-hosts, Kyle Burrows. Say hi, Kyle. That's great. And Mike Rieger. Hi, Mike Rieger.
You've
had some dental work done.
Now. Yeah, it's really getting that dental prosthetic fitted this week has really changed my life.
Excellent. So, guys, today's theme is going to be the toys we love. And so we're going to talk about toys today because that's a major part of being a nerd is toys. It's part of the culture. If your mileage varies, by all means, log in here, say something in our comments. We'll be happy to respond to you. But otherwise, we're just going to jump right in and start blabbing. So we practiced goofing around just before we came online. That may or may not improve our podcast. You be the judge.
It seems unlikely.
Seems unlikely. So we're going to start with what's the first toy that you remember like really loving? Like, what is the toy you got or bought that is like your perfect toy? I'm going to go with Kyle. Kyle is pointing to his green screen, which is in the background, which is the G.I. Joe toy case graphic. Fully posable, modern army figure. And of course, Kyle's sitting right in front of it. So he's the fully posable Anchorman figure, I think.
I don't think you can see it on there, but I actually got my code name on the fake card.
StreamYard?
Yeah, it says code name KY.
Yeah.
My code name's KY too.
There.
There we go. And boop, there you go. Codename Kyohazard. There it is. We can see it. Very nice.
Technically, this is the cobbled together graphic of my own. Copying the original is not the original package, but it's one I did for a commission that I reused here.
Oh, well done. If there's one thing Kyle knows, it's mashups and it's tribute art to existing properties, and it's just great stuff.
And the vintage.
And the vintage, absolutely. For those of you listening at home not using the visuals, it looks awesome. And then, of course, our buddy Mike Rieger is here as well, and he's going to tell us about his current favorite toy.
My current favorite toy is my always favorite toy, Lego. But
Lego!
You can do anything with Lego.
Except take it apart. Wait, no.
except perform on command.
Mike is showing us a Lego TARDIS, which opens up. Oh my gosh, I didn't know this. It opens up to reveal a little minifig of the Doctor inside, the Peter Capaldi Doctor.
The best Doctor.
And Kyle just started a flame war.
The Ninth Doctor is the best Doctor, Kyle. You're completely wrong.
Wow. Okay.
Capaldi's the best Doctor. Change my mind.
Okay. Okay. So we're obviously going to have a Doctor Who episode at some point, or maybe we'll put you two in an arena, and I'll wager 400 quatloos on one of you.
I also have Lego light cycles from the movie Tron Legacy.
Oh, very cool.
My favorite dumb movie ever.
Excellent. Mike has even minifigs on the Tron light cycles, which is kind of awesome. So we've got Tron and the TARDIS. Kyle, you're a big G.I. Joe fan. A little bit. Show us a couple of the toys that you have in your current space right now.
Well, as I said, I only grabbed a couple that I had here. I got, Destros. I think last time I checked was just over 500 figures plus vehicles.
Wow.
In my Joe collection. So,
wow.
25th anniversary and original 80s versions.
Very nice. Kyle is showing us his Destro action figures.
And Serpentor.
And Serpentor.
Emperor.
Now, I have a question.
I have an answer. Hoarding half the battle, Kyle?
No, that just comes naturally.
I have a question. Now, Kyle, with that many figures, can you really still love all of them? Or is it just a collection now?
Only when it gets cold enough.
Oh, dear.
No, I've got several shelves, especially in my studio, full of figures that I never really get a chance to enjoy, but I have a separate shelf just beside my art table that has all my favorite and primary characters and figures.
Nice. So toys have an emotional attraction to us, right? Like in some way, shape, or form, there's an emotional connection, which is why we select the toys we do. At least that's what I'm going on. My favorite toy that I have currently is, I got this as a present. It's a giant 12-inch figure of Lion-O in his original 80s costume. Mm-hmm. He's got like a sword, ta-da! And then he's got the glove, ta-da! And if I'm just going to show you his thighs.
The crotch, hello.
Yeah, I'm trying not to show the crotch. I'm trying so hard. But the muscle,
you are failing. You are.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Here's
Lion-O.
No, it's such a great sculpt, and one of the main criteria I have for all action figures that I like is it has to look like the character. So you can't, just have a generic figure and then just slap on some kind of face with a growling teeth thing. Arr, that's not a real figure for me. Mike, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm making a lot of background noise to really improve the quality of the podcast.
Excellent. Yes, that's what we enjoy. Please.
A little balls of paper for your wife to bat around? Or?
Yes, exactly. It's important to keep the household entertained. No, I was looking in my bag of toys here to see if I had the famous No-Neck Brooklyn from Gargoyles, which is my go-to example of a bad toy, as you were discussing.
Oh, yes. Yeah, because there's toys that we love.
Terrible Broadway.
Oh, okay, because he has no wings.
They're removable.
Scoliosis Broadway.
No neck Broadway. And that's the thing, right? We have toys that we love, but conversely, we also have toys that we can't stand or toys that we hate. For example, this is all three of us who are Gargoyles fans said the Cookies and Cream Brooklyn from the 90s. Because for whatever reason, they put this texture on his skin. I assume it was supposed to make him look like he was stone, like a stone statue. But it was so miscolored that it made him look like he'd been dipped in cookies and cream. And it just did not look anything like the character. And for me, that's what will really kill something for me, is a character that does not look like it did in the show or the book or the whatever. And that has nothing to do with the source material. I was talking earlier with Mike and Kyle about Laser Hands Robin, or whatever they called it then. It was a Robin from Batman and Robin in like a Tron suit with laser effects, which cool, sure, but has nothing to do with Robin the character, and so it just left me cold. I did not buy that toy for that reason.
But makes a good segue. Toys that don't really look like the actual things they are Funkos.
Michael loves Funkos.
Michael does not. And I know that I'm probably going to get a lot of heat for this, but I'll tell you why I can't stand Funko Pops. Hello, Hannibal. Kyle's holding up Hannibal to the screen. I don't like Funko Pops because they seem to me very, very commercial and taking advantage of fans that love a thing by creating an extremely generic base model and then letting you just put on little after effects to make it seem like your character. Mike is showing his Goliath gargoyles, which I actually also bought. I did buy a Goliath. I did buy a Goliath Funko Pop for the sole reason of letting Disney know that, yes, people would spend money on Gargoyles properties, so please make more Gargoyles, Disney. But that doesn't change the fact that I don't like the concept of Funko Pops. I don't believe they're a toy worthy of love or that they create any particular connection. They are fans being taken advantage of and being oversold to. That's my take on it. Do you guys have any dissenting opinions?
No, because I agree, because for the record, this Hannibal is the special limited edition Comic-Con edition of Hannibal with the blood specs, which I had to pay $60-something for at the time. Wow. It might be actually worth more now, but that was when it first came out. I found it at an expo, but it was the only Hannibal Funko I didn't have, and I couldn't not have them all.
So you definitely
a bit cynical.
But definitely there's a collectible item or element there, Kyle, where I need to have the full set.
Yep.
Is that correct? Yeah.
Absolutely.
And of course, that is definitely part of the whole toy collectible community. There are people that may not necessarily care about each individual iteration, but there's people that I've got to have the whole thing. You know, I've got to have the complete set. So let me see here. We have... what's the best place to find and or buy toys, in your opinion, you guys?
Cons.
Kyle's basement.
Well, that
Kyle's basement looks like
you can't buy my toys. I don't sell my toys, so it's not. It's a good place to find toys. It is not a good place to buy toys.
You say buy, but I didn't really mean buy.
Oh, Kyle's gonna totally
go with acquire.
Mike is totally coming to your house. Have a shiv ready.
Do I have?
I find that, believe it or not, I'm
walking on air.
That's Greatest American Hero. Thanks, Kyle. This is good 70s reference there, early 80s. Oh, and Kyle's got the instruction manual for the super suit from that show, which is another toy and very collectible. But for me, Amazon reminds me of stuff that I've always wanted and never been able to get. Bit of show and tell here. Kyle runs a Star Trek game for a bunch of us, and I had to have classic Trek props for it. I really had to have it. So there we go. And then, of course, the classic Trek communicator. There we go. Kyle has the Enterprise NX-01, which is awesome.
From Eagle Moss.
And for me, having these props made the game and made Star Trek just a little bit more real. It helps the pretend, you know, when you can say, I actually have a phaser in my hand, or, you know, I actually have a communicator. And for me, I think that's what the huge charm of toys is for me. It takes a little bit of reality and adds it to fantasy, and it helps you bring the fantasy more to life in your own head. I would say that's like a big, big draw for me, which is why I like things to look like they did in the show. Now, Kyle is showing us a PKE meter from Ghostbusters, which looks very film accurate, Kyle.
Yes, it is the Maddie Collector edition.
Okay. And
was ridiculously expensive when I bought it, and now it is considerably more expensive on the secondary market.
Nice.
Excellent.
And I took it right out of the box and devalued it almost instantly, like I do almost all of my toys.
Okay, that opens up a very interesting concept. For the longest time, I wouldn't take my toys out of their box because I was afraid of ruining them. Not for the collector's market, but because I was afraid of them breaking or getting dirty or whatever. And then I realized I wasn't really enjoying them. So I started taking my toys out of the box, and I've never looked back. It was so rewarding to not worry about, oh no, your toy might get damaged or your toy might get lost or whatever. It's very rare that that's actually going to happen. The point is you want to play with your toys. At least that's the philosophy that I always had. Mike, how about you?
Mint in box.
Mike's Goliath figure is still mint in box.
I bought all the Gargoyles Funkos just to cast my vote to Disney. Like, please make more of these. And they're all still in the boxes. But that's because I live in a small apartment and I don't have room to take out my stuff and play with it. There just isn't. So they're in essentially storage.
And that is a reality that we all face. Like, space is finite. Your living space is even more finite. And if you live with other people, they may have opinions on how that space gets used. And so you can't just necessarily spread out. Our friend Jason, and sorry, Jason, I'm going to call you out here on the podcast, but there is a sign in his basement, which is his gaming dungeon, you guys. It's really quite incredible to see. He has so many games down there.
RPG gaming dungeon, not to be confused with other types of gaming dungeons.
Very important message there, Kyle. Thanks for saying that. But there's a sign, and it says, "Thou shalt not take over the basement." And it's just a reminder that other people share that space and that it cannot become a complete and total, role-playing gaming environment.
Does the sign work? I've been in Jason's basement. So.
It does not.
It does not.
He also has 2 children, so you can always blame it on the children.
That's right. I mean, why else have children?
Spare kidneys.
That's good. Yes, donors. Very good. Kyle, you've got a lot of toys. Which one are you most proud of? Toy or collection?
Yeah. Collection. Probably my G.I. Joe collection, just because it's fucking massive. Wait, can I say fucking on?
No.
Well, it's a little late to ask, but thanks for asking, Kyle. Yes, you can. Now, Kyle, you're drinking out of a coffee cup that has Bellatrix Lestrange on it. Show it closer to the camera, would you? There we go. He's showing us a red mug with Bellatrix Lestrange's wanted poster from the movies on it, which is Helena Bonham Carter at her fiercest. Absolutely lovely. And Kyle, you have a tattoo, do you not?
I do. Although maybe you can see it or not. Although, the paint screen makes it actually kind of sparkly. That's kind of boss.
Yeah. Kyle has the dark mark on inside of his left arm. He's definitely a Slytherin through and through.
Darn too.
But I just wanted to say, coffee mugs are a type of collectible or a type of toy, right? I have so many Harry Potter coffee mugs, Ministry of Magic and whatnot. Mike, you have a Batman coffee mug? It's not necessarily Batman specific.
Batman per se, but it does have bat wings on it, yes.
Yes. And it's because you love Batman that you chose that mug, yes?
It was a gift.
Oh,
but because I love Batman.
Oh, well, cool. So it's a collectible to you, even if it isn't like a licensed toy.
Yeah.
Nice.
I also love bats in general, so there's some crossover there.
Oh, okay. What's your favorite toy, Mike?
Oh, pick which children that I love best.
Well, that's
I do enjoy that you both had the same reaction. Like, pick your favorite, and you both went, oh.
Well, you did the same thing to both of us. Choose which child to kill with the sword. Go.
That one.
My lovely assistant has brought me the mug.
Oh, lovely. I love how it's just plain black, no logos, no indicia, just has bat wings for handles. That's a great mug.
But is it microwave and dishwasher safe?
Should be dishwasher safe because there's no applique on it. But I don't put things in the microwave because I'm not an animal.
Because animals use microwaves a lot?
What would I be microwaving? Tea or coffee? That's gross. And you're gross for saying it. That's not enough mug for a soup.
So there's definitely some culinary opinions that are flying back and forth here.
I'm just waiting for you to get us back on track there. Yeah.
Oh no! Sometimes I like to just let you guys off leash. It's hilarious. Apparently, animals and savages use microwaves, ladies and gentlemen. Animals and savages.
We are not animals. We do not lap the water. We do not microwave the muffin.
Okay.
A little bit of classic Island of Dr. Moreau humor.
Anyway.
Wow, really? Really? You're quoting Isle of Dr. Moreau?
Well, somewhat. They didn't actually mention microwaves in Island of Dr. Moreau.
I wouldn't think so. I'm going to call up Kyle. Kyle's got a screen share here. This is Kyle's Harry Potter wand collection.
Mostly just the Slytherin wands.
The evil wizard wands?
Yeah. So there's a separate wand collection somewhere else?
Well, I have a couple other ones that aren't necessarily Slytherin, but I mostly collect the Slytherin ones.
Is 9 wands, and Kyle has them on the ceiling of his staircase. So as you go downstairs, you walk underneath all these wands. Let's have a look at your Ghostbusters display, Kyle. Can you bring that up?
Yeah, I'm just trying to open this again, but nope, that's not it. Do this. Da, 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 da. Actually, just this connection below that is, the larger, of Harry Potter collections. More Bellatrix, more Bellatrix movies.
Yes,
one case.
Kyle actually is showing us. He's actually showing us the Bellatrix Lestrange Death Eater mask that we got at Universal Studios. Like, it is a gorgeously creepy piece of art.
Same place as the mug.
Oh, same place as the mug.
And a majority of those wands.
Nocturne Alley. That's where we got it, right?
Correct.
Very nice.
And
Universal
beside it, you
Studios.
can kind of see it. This is more of the primary Ghostbuster stuff.
Mhm.
There's some in other places, and you can kind of see the top corner up here with the top left hand of the corner. But the back of the ghost trap and the PKE meter.
Sunburned Stay Puft Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle is a glow-in-the-dark Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, which looks pink in the daylight, but I'm sure it's because it glows as it's being lit up. There's 4 mini
Also, it's supposed to be when he starts burning from when the Ghostbusters initially shoot him with the proton packs.
Yes.
SPF Marshmallow Man.
Yeah. And also, right at the top there, an original original 45 of Ray Parker Jr.'s Ghostbusters theme.
Ghostbusters theme. Well done. I like the vibe.
And my original VHS tape.
Wow. Kids, a VHS tape is something that used to be like a DVD, only it was actually a cassette.
Whoa, hey, that got... Everything's very warped on my screen. I'm not sure if that's right.
Okay. Yes, it is. I shall just remove that for now. Let me see. I have a collection I could be showing y'all. Let me see here. Boop, boop. I really like Robin from Batman and Robin, so I have created a Robin space in my downstairs bathroom. So I had to take a panorama because it's a very small room, but I've painted the walls red. There's a yellow shelf that contains a whole bunch of Robin action figures, and then adorning the walls are a whole bunch of art prints of Robin in various poses by different artists. And so when you're having alone time in the tiny closet-sized bathroom that I have downstairs, Robin is staring at you and watching you do everything that you do.
Holy shit, Batman!
It sounded so much less creepy when I thought about it.
No, it didn't.
No, it was so creepy. There we go. But that was actually inspired by Mike because when
Don't bring me into that.
Too late. You're in it. When I was Mike's roommate, he had a Batman bathroom, and it was just a tiny little pocket bathroom, but he had done the colors, Batman's uniform colors, blue and gray, and then had just adorned Batman paraphernalia all over the place. Even the soap dispenser had the Batman logo on it. It was awesome. And I was so jealous. I was like, well, when I get my own place, I'm doing a Robin bathroom. And I did. And that's nerditry right there, ladies and gentlemen. Get inspired by somebody else and just go whole hog. Yeah, copy the shit out of it. Although, is it copying if I did Robin instead? I think it's more complimenting and
homage.
It's an homage. Oh, Joseph of Helka has logged in to say alone time, and I'm like, well what else would you call
number 3 in the bathroom with Robin?
Yeah. Please don't assign numbers to your functions. Please don't. Oh, my goodness. Let me see now. We talked about toys that turned you off that you hated, but we really only spoke about Cookies and Cream Brooklyn. Did you guys have anything else that a toy that came out and you were like, they've got to be kidding?
Does My Little Pony count?
It's a toy.
Lisa collects My Little Ponies, but the first generation's ones, the head of the pony goes down, but the eye of the pony is still perfectly horizontal to the ground. So it's completely 90 degrees tilted to the side of the head, and I can't look at the little things.
Because they stare at you with their
dead eyes. With their malformed, strange eyes. Here you go.
Sorry. Oh, there we go.
If its head's straight, what's its eye doing? That doesn't make any sense at all.
It follows you around the room. Oh, my goodness. Oh.
Talk about judging you while you're doing number 3.
Stop it.
Number 3.
One of the things that freaked me out as a kid is those dolls whose eyes closed when you laid them back. And then when you put them upright again, their eyes opened. I was not a fan. Fortunately,
Mama.
Yeah, no.
And then Dr. Zayas finds it and doesn't actually believe that it was made by a human. My daughter plays with talking human dolls. Wait, I've got enough traffic.
That never happens. This was such a refreshing change. A little Planet of the Apes reference from Kyle, who is our reference master.
I could have brought a bunch of those toys down too. I got a bunch of those too.
Oh, here we go.
I won't. What? Not a lot I can't probably pull up in some form or another.
Well, that's true, and that's one of the joys of nerditry right there. What do you guys think the attraction is to toys as opposed to just watching the show, reading the book, seeing the movie? Why toys?
To bring it with you, to carry on the love of and the enjoyment you get from the show, movie, cartoon, comic book, what have you, and extend it past that. If you watch a movie, you get 2 hours of, yay, I'm in this world. But if you have the toy, you can watch, play with it, enjoy it, look at it, and that extends.
Yes, extensories
mission, extensoration missions of the feeling you get from insert property here.
So more than a souvenir, it's bringing a piece of that world out from fantasy into reality. Yes,
a musical reference there, but
life is just a fantasy. Can you?
No, that's not where I was going.
No, it's not. Okay.
No,
I was also no
hip hoppy. Can't remember.
Ew.
May have been early 90s.
Mike, how about you? Do you gain emotional attachment to movie property toys, or is your experience different?
I like to buy toys to vote for the properties I like with my cash dollars, so that the people who own these properties remember that they're valuable and important and continue to make things with them. That doesn't work, but it makes me feel better.
Mm-hmm. So it's a strategy for you.
Yeah, it's a little strategic.
Yeah, so you're voting for what you enjoy. You still enjoy the toy, but it's not because you're bringing a fantasy with you. It's because you want real people to know that other real people will spend real dollars. Please make more of this.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy putting Lego together and taking Lego apart, but it's not like I act out little one-act plays and make them kiss with the Lego sets. It's more of an adult. There we go. It's more of an adult sort of thing with me. It's a little more cynical, I guess. But I like to think that that's still perfectly valid. Make them kiss, Kyle.
Already did.
All right, great.
There we go. I've made Lion-O and a gargoyle kiss. I don't even know how that rates
it's
on
Saturday.
Interspecies romance. But yeah, for me, just seeing the dolls immediately brings back all these memories. And so when they're up on the shelves normally, I don't spend a lot of time actually playing with the toys, but just seeing them. It's like having art that reminds you of something. But those noises Kyle is making is because he just showed us the Bluesmobile from the original Blues Brothers movie.
So if you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, enjoy
Sucks
that.
to be you. You should find the YouTubes like the children do.
And then the second noise was the Ecto one, it's from Ghostbusters, of course. Oh, God, I feel like Les Nessman I'm like subtitling everything Kyle does. Today we saw turkeys being thrown from a helicopter.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Thank you, Gordon Jump. So what do you guys think of the topic, toys are just for kids, and the whole grow out of it mentality that seems to be aimed at all nerd joy?
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, wow. Shut up, Dad. You're not the boss of me.
All right, then. Strong opinions here. I think we can all agree that at some point or another, each of us has been told or asked, when are you going to grow out of this? When are you going to leave this behind? When are you going to realize this isn't as important as you think it is? And I'm just really, really curious about that, because why have we assigned an age group to the enjoyment of, nerd stuff? I mean, why are toys only for children?
No, you can have my toys when they scrape me out of my bed.
What a visual!
Yeah, right. Because I assume I'm just going to die in there. It's kind of rot and mildew, and won't be found for a couple of weeks. I'll just have to kind of scoot me up and do like a pot.
I really enjoyed the Foley on that one. That was great.
Amazing. Mom, Uncle Soup's passed away. Oh God!
Good Lord.
We just lost all 4 of our listeners.
Maybe we can tag this as an ASMR podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stop it.
Stop it. Gross.
My misophonia, no.
Yeah. Mike, have you ever, ever run into this? Like, I mean, your wife, she collects My Little Ponies.
Yeah.
So you probably don't receive a lot of censure from her. No. Which is awesome because, of course, time and again, we've all heard the story of the spouse or the significant other disapproving of somebody's collection and wondering when it's going to stop.
In our house, that's me because my wife has been coming home with squishmallows from the grocery store.
Yeah.
Gentle rain for a few months now. And when she started going, I didn't buy one from the store today. Isn't that great? I had an issue. It was not fair of me, and I would like to apologize on record for that. But I actually did want to put my foot down a little. But she's buying and selling them online, so no reason for me to judge. There's just a lot of little pillowy animals in our house now.
And it's funny because you're both aware of your space, right? But the impulse to buy is huge, right? Like you can't just turn off loving something, even when there's practical matters.
Hear me talk about it.
Oh, there we go. There's a cute little marshmallow. Look how squishy
Don't
it is.
encourage it.
Oh, sorry. Justin says, Kyle's dead. We're going to need a bigger garbage bag. Wow. Okay, then.
You need to knock out a wall of that basement when Kyle dies.
Oh, hell
wow. Holy.
Okay, haul out the toys.
Oh, the toys.
Not for him himself. He's not that big.
Okay, I was going to say.
I'm not going to point the fat guy finger.
I don't think
that's not okay.
Some fat beardo? Oh, my God. Oh, Lord, Kyle.
More fun for the people listening without the video.
All right, so show and tell. Mike showed us TARDIS. I showed my Star Trek Yugos. There we go. But just to make fanboys angry, I also have a lightsaber. Ooh. There we go.
Fanboys do hate Star Wars.
No, but
actually, a lot of the Star Wars fans do.
But this is the thing I don't get, right? Why are you only allowed to like one thing? I love Star Wars. I love Star Trek. Why is there a division? Why does one have to be better than the other? Why can't we just love all the things we love? So often on Facebook, I see those memes, where it's like, you have to get rid of one, and it's like Marvel or DC Comics or Star Trek or Star Wars or whatever. And I'm like, why? Why do I have to get rid of one? I'm going to love all of it.
Technically, because they want you to say you like one or the other so they can target the marketing at you better. But,
Yeah, not wrong. Not wrong. But that's why I always actually comment instead of just clicking
You're
the like.
in the sack, but you can't own me. I'm not going to be your caged bird.
Kyle is quoting from what he's reading on Mike's screen, just so you know, he's not actually having a meltdown.
Well,
sorry for distracting you, Kyle.
Let's not make assumptions.
This week on ADHD the podcast.
Yeah, but this is the thing, though. Like, fandom has become so divided, where if you like one thing, you must therefore hate another thing. And I've never subscribed to that. I've never believed in that.
Well, Star Wars sucks, though.
Oh, here we go. But there used to be fun conversations you know, where you'd say, "Oh, I think Star Trek's better than Star Wars," and everyone would join in the conversation, and it would be lively, but no one would ever call you an asshole. Whereas now, death threats are the norm if you say you like one thing but not another. Justin actually makes a very interesting comment here. Humans are hardwired to compete. I don't think that's wrong. I think that when we feel a certain amount of threat, maybe, if we say we like something and someone says they like something else, maybe we feel a strong desire to convince them that it's okay to like our thing too, because we need to feel validated. But at the end of the day, I just want my toys. I want both my Star Trek phaser and my Star Wars lightsaber.
They also seem hardwired to rank things, I just found. Like, you see a lot of things like, which of the top 10 doctors, or which episodes were the best ranked 1 to 5. Like, there's that desire to quantify for some reason. Yeah. And I think that's a large part of it too. Is Star Wars better than Battlestar Galactica? Where does Star Trek fall on that list? And I find that to be, well, it's reductive, I think. I also want to enjoy all the things, not just some of the things.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people find the need to fight one against the other.
But I find things like top 10 lists very fascinating. Like, I will always read a top 10 list because I want to know what the criteria are. I want to know where did you get this from? It's never scientific. You know, it's always, you know, either put together by a fan or, as Kyle said, you know, by marketing people to see where you're going to spend your dollars. But I kind of like those quizzes or lists, you know, just to see what's out there and maybe see what other people are thinking. That's what interests me. Let's see. There's another toy we haven't really discussed yet, and yet everybody has it these days.
Dildos. Kyle beat me to it.
I don't know. Wow. You both bought dildos immediately. Fantastic.
I could have gone with Fleshlight, but you know, we're supposed to be PG, right?
Yeah. Also, they don't pay us. They're not a subscriber. Don't name them.
But if Fleshlight would like to sponsor the show, contact us and we will arrange sponsorship.
I can't even protest, because if that happened, it would be hilarious. But what I was going to say was...
2 Gargoyles, brought to you by Fleshlight.
Your cell phone. Cell phones are so customizable. You can actually have all your... Oh, we lost Mike.
Did we? I'm sorry.
Oh, I can hear you, Mike, but I can't see you. Oh. Now I can see you.
Back. My bad.
But your cell phone is customizable. You can personalize it. You can put any app you want on it. Mine can make Star Trek and Star Wars noise. In fact, my background right now is the Millennium Falcon hallway. That's what's on mine. And you never see people not on their phone anymore. Talk about a toy. Oh, there we go.
Oh, see? Me with the doctor.
Oh, Kyle actually met the doctor and gave him a poster.
He was at my table. I didn't even go to him. He came to me.
That's true. That happened. I was there.
But yeah, I also have, you know, Jesus spanking Betty Page. But that's a whole separate conversation.
Is it though?
I should probably have with somebody. Anyway,
I'm sorry. You were saying.
Talk about the newest toy. People love their cell phones. They are very attached to them. They are very intrigued by them. You know, I have
but they do not wash them enough and make sure they get any diseases off of them.
That's true. Wash your hands and polish your cell phone. That's not a euphemism. Creepy, eerie silence follows.
Yes, what were you saying, Michael, about cell phones?
I was saying they are toys. That's really what they are. I mean, they're useful, but everybody, you know, uses them all the time. And it's not just for practical reasons. It's our personalities that we have customized into them. They're like a kind of imaginary friend because you're always be able to connect with them. And they also do keep you connected to your other friends in a virtual way. I would argue that they're very much like the toys, like our little friendly people here as I waggle Lion-O at the camera.
But my G.I. Joes don't remind me to take my medication.
Don't they, though? Don't they?
Sometimes, but that's only because I haven't taken my medication.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have, I think, for today, ladies and gentlemen. So tune in again next time when you'll hear Dr. Bob say, shoot, I was really hoping Kyle would jump on that.
Oh, the one time Kyle's supposed to interrupt and he doesn't.
I was actually waiting. I assumed Mike was going to grab it, so I left it open.
Tune in again next time when you'll hear Dr. Bob say,
I don't know, something inappropriate.
I want you to know that I hate you, Kyle. Just,
something involving a penis or something? I don't know.
Shut up. This has been the Two Gargs live stream podcast. Your hosts have been me, Michael McAdam.
Me, Kyle Burles.
And me, Mike Rieger.
Excellent. And if you want to help us succeed, here's what you can do. If you're watching this on Facebook, give us some thumbs ups. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that like button and subscribe down below. And if you're listening on iTunes, please give us a 5-star review. We know we don't deserve it, but we want one anyway. Thanks very much
Feel
for tuning in.
free to give us a really shitty review, just as long as you hit the 5 stars, because that'll make us rate higher on iTunes.
He's not wrong, ladies and gentlemen. And I still have not used any of this time to look up our theme, so we'll just hum something as we end the broadcast. Bye, everybody.